mwanchi omurigereria ogetembe television network ni gongo kwarigania asomoroberio Isiko ya Abisi asirit koria rero natarira omweshimiwa Joyce Ombasa oyore omonominated MCA we county ya KISII asirit koria rero togochikunyara kobato komanya ninkia gokora nainde ninkia gochoba kagokora ekero atali Abisi kaba monanche goika omwerio eretariane VANE MORIANGO. Mheshimiwa Joyce, karibu sana. Nandete byo mwancho murigereria ayeningo nande nkyo konyara kubako gukora.
Okay, thank you Ben. Ese Maria kana nkuru Joyce Ombasa, nominated MCA KISII County Assembly. Naende bunande gari konyango ligeria maswala ya mangala ya bangina na abana banyaruka. Tutari gutiga pia abana bamura kera bonsi na baitu. So inere gasi konyango kora in the county assembly. Nesa kawe gasi na ngomu mono. Lakini watu bwe kaza kabisa. Ups and downs lazima.
Lazima aramanyo wale kwanze chikesi richigocha. So inde kwanyora mo nkoingira muri uchisaidie yam.
Akonya to itwengere libukera abasaja abaitu konyango chibali batwengera mega kero matabangina tokore ka tore the big vessels. Wana konya bangina tore abakerenda bangina oya mu ko chole through the normal election. Wana chino minute ka tore gali tore 24 of which okara na bantu mbere gotaka bachora bangina. I don't know the reason why, but I believe come 2022 we want elected women leaders in the assembly at all cost. Because when we look at when we are arguing out issues pertaining women, akajana ntuchino mini tuliko nyala ko voice out kiata what the guy nominated aina mawira kwa rojetu na nyasa ukabe kugalia. So sometimes when you want to air your views chikupate in the vulnerable groups aina mawira kwa rojetu na nyasa. So sometimes you don't have a place. So njenogo sawa ndina ngo sawa come next year abangina chake wesoke they go there and represent their fellow women at all cost. And to take a we can do something. So apart from being there, when you go outside there and you acquire knowledge you want to impact in our community, at least in a white collar jobs. Abantu basomete chi degree njiro chi PhD njiro lakini gasinchiyo. So autoke karanza tena ntoke nyara ukora kendi
ya eto nyara wikaranza bono mheshimiwa ntegitonte binga litkolyago buno kuboka mambia ngakyo konyora bwe bangete korumambia mbakali yagoroba.
Okay, thank you Ben. Litkolya na currently assembly it's always full.
Ekerore bone gas
ekerande gas yon kuboka mambi saa 3 na ikira assembly nagada the first session nakora nagada the second session in the afternoon nakora. From there naira nasiko because my day is not over yet. Nana anaji communicate with me ndona nakinda nyara okora 1-2 at least ndora how the day ends. So lazima mtu are side hustle Isiko kiatingo tana ngotegemea malioka. Yeah.
Mbuya mano o mheshimiwa Joyce Ombasa wana watebirenga kero otarie gas ngochole kwa ngenda korora ibintu binde byao. Ndete bono tebyo mwancho murigereria ninkieke obocha gwakora ekirore gali Isiko bono kero kwa role se assembly ole Isiko yegas.
Thank you. Akero Isiko yegas ninyanjite kulema. It is my passion at least ekero ngoliye to kere fresh ko mugondo yoko nyango chine narema ngoli mande bituma ngoli mande miongo ngoli mande chimelon ebiasi na limited the last season ni chingende na limited the last season nembono nchiroro. So sometimes akanyango yubiye kerongo gucheza na marovalia and then I get something kamera kurugali at least njina tena ikenaki ntongo nyara gokora. So in the process also konyarango ngo korandi gasi baking yake also it's my passion.
Mheshimiwa Joyce wana tebe mwancho mureli aini.
Okay, siri tankuru kwa Joyce Ombasa, nominated MCA KISII County Assembly. Joyce is a mother, of 2 children and 1 grandchild. And Joyce is a wife to 1 man. And Joyce, no muntu bw'abantu, let's say. Joyce nachita school Ghetto Girls High School in Githunguri, Kiambu. Ngakora Kurugalia. From primary, I nasomere Thika. Nditisomere Thika Abisi. Everyone abango kollega Thika. So I went to Jenukago Primary School. Kurugali ngagenda Ghetto Girls in Githunguri, Kiambu. From there, ngagenda all through after school college. Kera nabate challenge. Yeah. Abana banyeruka mbali gosoma with those years in the 80s 90s, challenges from the family mbali nge appreciate gosomia abana banyeruka. So it was a big challenge. Kana sinitunga, if at all a girl does not go to school na kiago to survive later on. So ikagerona ngatwala motisha to try and fight things out for myself. So kana arwete Githunguri, Kiambu, Tingiri College. So I took myself to college. Ngakora certificate in counseling. From there ngara things are negative because nibona buna na ntayiritwe college nanyolira abana ngo ndabale school.
Obona wasta kogenda school after kwanyolira abana
nimbwate gaiga. Bono dasnire kingokora because timbwati any other course apart from a certificate ya form 4. So ikabidi I'm a professional hairdresser. I'm just talented. God gave me the talent. Na kinete kimete komina. So naona ngo ndi msiri abantu naba minute tukigalia banga something small. So I could nakandira abana bane school, nje nakandira school nakane nyumba that time na meta self confused 800 shillings. Akina na yangusinya gwakana. So because na get ase the biological father of my children, Agantama. He just woke up one day. No mwiko yorenge. Akavuka up one day. Akatembea na miguu na akaenda akiendaga. So ngatika na frustrations. So why am I giving you this? To show nana abantu very single mothers outside there mbaba se wechaya. So I struggled na bana bane nga struggle, and then ngeikase enye bugima bugangomera. But I never gave up on myself. And God never gave up on me. Ngagenda and then egaikase bono ngachakore ngenda kingokora. So I decided to go back to school. Ngarine school but nganyara konyora nande ko ne motivation kurusa bangina baikoyo ne stable banking echawo. Ngaso stable banking. The greatest amount I could borrow ni chirifu sana kana lingina na lingina nguru chiri choko besa chamana eno chisana garango ko besa bangina ba konsekerera engu chikorusi chingwa kana
ko irani.
Yeah, so from that humble beginning ya 5000 ngoko besa kiri mudine na ira ni 500 ngachaka kwa kane plot. So nabango tabisiri byabantu nana gochayuna na koramuna mine tukigalia ingo ikanaji na beka akabanda school ngakiera ira renge minister for public works. Enya akabande kibanda kiere kana ko besire bese kuruse Kenya women kikawa flattened. Ngatwara shoka ngenkwe because I could not imagine I was going to feed children and pay my rent of 800. So from there kojana ko besire kiwa 20,000 is Kenya women. Wakati wakimukere ndo wakantire yange na bwata mubere. So challenge ye kambere nene na ina nyorete gasi ngagenda Nyeri. I started working there with my counseling certificate. I was doing counseling to the students and the women in the community. So I was recognized by the donors wherever I go to Kurumumbu, and the community embraced me. So that's how I met my master right from Nyeri, where I was working as a community worker. So from there, I stayed in Nyeri. I school I go deal na orphans and the community projects. So I left Nyeri. I came back to Thika. I want to say From Thika, I decided not to go back to school again. But now the child, the decided na watu wakona gasia community, but nerime, gachaka gocha KISII, gachaka wakona community work, gachaka with HIV support groups, Kurugari, ngari the plight of the women and the children in the community. Garano. No legina nyori kuru centro. Niseko yire ni gocha KISII, maybe my people will benefit. So ikagaranga tika the happiness. Yani ukuja bulina alochi bwa Nairobi na town ichina ne. Ngaire na KISII. So ngachaka gonjo kana in the sub counties. Nimbo atachi donations chichi anga chinengo nana. Sachinde tu bundi so bole miobwe bintu bya bwango. So nalina chagete ko so into politics.
Oyo mwaka kiolinge.
It was in 2013. Ngataka gotenena. My family told me to raia.
No rake. Kwanza tukwanya komenya iga.
Na komenya iga. So also speaking the language was a challenge. When ngataka kudisike KISII keronge, ngataka ko interact with the cultures and the traditions. Wana na isane ile. So in the process, when I to KISII, already can interact with na banteka na colleagues community, de bundi sireke KISII kia na lengo ikagali na kuwa ne mangana na nyora ba gonsekera so na so
ayo kaita muna kwakwanire bi
omatebana when you speak English nege Swahili ibintu binde mbiro kwa na ayo ko gumbiri shameful lakini kala kwa na busipo mabusiri maite ke kwende the traditions akoranga I want to kwaguru kanirie bintu bona kwa
ba doctora ibuna lia bible ba
so it was a challenge go cha kubundise luge karoro monene kera njena kinete Thika no na chite through my nursery high school primary nursery high school college everything paka ngagachaga ngono tochono ngatano wamenyete wane kalongo ile na gocha KISII it was no muntu akugande sense
asanga abone ine kabile ngakwagenda wacha akakwegera
wono ngachaga iga abantu bagonkwa nalingana na igu yani nakiona ntebika yani paka yani chakubuli this is my people na kibone kina chirega iga so but I really thank God kera mbambwatete bali bako mbundisa bakambundisa to kukwana iga ngani kukwana neli kongu bwa neli because njena maite nje ngana ri obusoku because also in counseling I cannot go counseling as much as you want the real thing tena njaga ko bisa igoro so okonya kukwana the real object kwa genem by idiota. So it was a very big challenge because kobisa mangana na anayo bonyaka anayo editani ba utumio gotokania so I didn't know so I used to find the language being very it was also a challenge to me gocha kolani language keroro nane yao so sitini kiatu bundisa chiluga chinyinge but I can speak the other languages chichikabira chinde around 7 languages so I'm good in that so I started now learning my own language. I'm also good now. So from there, ngaswa TNA on 2013. 2017, when I achieved the Jubilee, I was there in Jubilee. Kagada nomination to the ground. So I know the challenge. I also into politics. Kagada abagusi baito. They have embraced women leaders. I can't get a ticket and I come manipulated. You know, the most of the no more going on, get to get ticket you to manage get over. Gatica Jubic.
We shugulikira.
Niji shugulikia, nikatembeza kubwa. Paka Nairobi.
Peke yako.
No mumurana nyesanya vile I care mumurana nataka kwa. He supported me. He was my cousin. He supported me very much. When I come to Jubilee na tribune which go back a petition, that young man was there with me. And so when I get area, I had a one-on-one talk with the Secretary General, and they realized I was not lying because I had my nomination papers. So what they did, they told me that work for the party, and we'll see what we can do. Because I believe that a woman, you have to be moral to get your passage in politics. To me, it's not true. because na chite kalia ngakwana I was faithful and loyal to the party. I worked, I spent my own money running up and down working for Jubilee. Ngaba nominated. So shortcut here lingaona itete, but my God was my shortcut because he was there for me from the word go. So from my education all through konyora bana no konyora nende nyumba, it has been a very big challenge. And me what I could also advise the young girls, konyora bana out of wedlock, never shy away, be proud of who you are. Kiagara itadi goso tadi I work ukora tadi goseri. So thinkire una senjuna nanyolira abantu musajo tamire kyaje na amugoserete for one. I think is the rate of poverty. Because even the neighbors when konrabatama hata na yakina and one because na ngoto mwaona ke seti na ragira na bana kana ragira na teno bono tigatora agenda tora na ri tukoringa. But I really thank God when ati sina renge tali ronde bono iga because nyasa na ndo sitioro na hata ndo sitioro sio jobo janja bwana kuamini Mungu na kufanya kazi kwa bidii. Nimba gali assembly tindiko cha muntu na ndi tingo tana igonde gali na senju na chino monene ito ya honorable it cannot change me. Na rura komu eso ko ganda no nyansi no isingo you have nothing paka nane sukuma yoko liyo bukuma ile nane liyo ko beliabura because I no got kende. So it's a situation you don't nyare ko nyara in life, just embrace it. And what is the next step nyasai kuruganga imbona tako ganda uche because on your own toko nyara. Yeah.
Bona sisabari ya gogocha yo ogo kwetera challenges chobogima. Ngwa nyane ngwa chite ko bori no nyene support go sobo konye korwa safe family yawo.
Yeah, you know sometimes a family never take embrace your monto. But also nani injese esimeyane onkora ngeringa the responsibility balenge konga nechi agareta nkawa kada. Kiagara I remember one day ngasmikwa kane nyomba. My sister, she was married to a doctor. They had challenges as well financial. Njiwe kandi self confused 800, I cannot afford to pay that. But my mom akana 100,000. Ngabika gani tikati ngabokolia. When we can Nairobi, I was really shocked. Kabuli mom, I was carrying all this money. You know what she told me? So my mind went back. And then, so does it mean that without a husband, I cannot achieve anything? Or I cannot get the warmth and love from my family? So also, this also gave me a challenge. You go to support ya banyina na bana banyaruka. Ekarogwa tigirute no ino moelio, you start crying and maybe losing hope in yourself.
Kwa rango bugima bwane bono bwali.
Bugima bwali. Because I think the time na menyetenta bwa jumusacha, God was my best husband. Because na even if I could lack, I remember one day ntabwate keninko na bana, I was so much down. I told my son, because sometimes I could lack anything to give them. One of my son akambuli mama, kwani Yesu imefika saa 2 usiku, kwani mama Yesu oyo, kwani kiale ngebocha tale ngekorete ndagira, kisema tanangore tale because
onyweri rubona baroche kwairire.
Yeah, so nkaikaransa nkebuli bone genteke nachiko tebia bana. He was told nkelikoba. Bone mbache kutwara faith in God. And imagine jinsi chekana kana chakiro no kuebulia maswali a lady friend ko yata anakorera for more than 5 years agacha ko ngongo na butuko kulige nyumba akanyora myself confused na menyete. She came with a very big bag nali me buke yechi nero ni arengo really ayero ria menene agacha ko kuli shopping. My son ataba kweli mama Yesu amekuja. Na kwani Yesu alikuwa anakuja kupitia kwa auntie kama Yesu anakujaga namna hiyo. And that day I really remember na aragerete paka ntachi neighbors.
bali bono baguchaite
nande bali banchaite ngaimukira nde ngaba because it is a blessing na matengo chachira even the ones bali banchaite right now nkogenda ninduga busongo nkogenda buone na ikaransa mwana ndalikuwa kana rent but the ones wale ambao walikuwa na nidharau wameta bado rento na ndeti niko basekerera when they have problems I welcome them and tu akonya ne sevirengereri so Mungu anapokuelevate usisahau mahali umetoka na usahau wale mlikuwa nao pamoja just encourage them.
Tuiranire kugendereria omoroberio Isiko ya Abisi. Ona tutebe ng'aki esabari ya oyo koba nominated MCA. Ng'aki ya bete.
Jekero na chagete na sort into politics. Etiquette kaba manipulated. I never gave up. Nkakorega si party. A party katawa na they look into my issue. Enya keron ekana utilitarian ya sokire se kwende rientangani record rientangani the first gazettement I could not believe rane gazeti ngalije litera nje likabura because you know the excitement ukujukwata makorigino na maisaliba
turikorora
njena bantu bari kungakire simi even when twari ngoja for induction njena bantu bantebeti when you know now you are honorable member I could not believe so nano mugagori na tumite chiwestia because me I was not working I was even if I was doing all that ngo in school ngo community work I was still a housewife chiwestia wana china ngo tumia na kwa interview community so na ito kumanikana through his pocket and God bless him because he's a very generous man number na igabunamba the challenges with my health and everything chiwestia na chingolia the time I had an issue with the Assembly Vacancy Committee and reinstating me was a challenge and it's still a challenge because as nalo konyako ganda siku ingore na bako nga allowances but I thank God the Senjo Mugako Likera Bado is still supporting me so regardless of what you are going through also we need supportive partners who will be there for you. Akara Chile South. So in my nomination, Akara na chete ngaruana gari ngakwana na Secretary General nengatena ngo appreciated. And then I had nomination. In the Jubilee list ya KISII, I was number 2. So I came to the assembly in Kabaswanin. Ngagurende responsibility as special groups today as nominated. MCAs. Lakini it's really hard, my dear. You're in the assembly with no kitty to take care of the special interest. You are just there, nobody understands. About those when you're in the assembly, you got all the gadgets. Yeah, one of my time to carry wakana enomini. One of the kurusito bugirango. My dad Nkurbugirango. One of Jenko Rumbugirango. Now, not a Gurbugirango to what you know, Mini Sato was a TMC, of which I'm counted there. One of number the regalia, such a no Yango can never hear Maswari, Nimba regalia that I'm in leadership. Tingoya was a regular guitar, Kuru counting a good king will repare. Young Tingoya was a Bakinde Yonsi. I'm just there. So sometimes when you go, well, is this part of leadership? On you call a part of a special group. No one talk again to Yoga Soka and I cannot Soka what you call the special group. When I want to have a lot of poverty in KISII. Honestly, women and the young generation, they're supposed to go back to cottage industries. But how do they go back to the cottage industry? There is no resources. There is nobody to back them up. Nani ncheno minire nde megali bwata ngotaguna bwata nani chiwasi you don't give me even much, even buy me what I need. Jintu ni abantu gali ground, I'll not complain.
kwanya kubolia manganayo.
We've been fighting for the KISII, but it seems umongino mogusita liko igwe kanande. So enye ibatol nakina tata ibatol ntana ko nyora bangina bako choru wale elected bako chamegalia na bako nyara go support ne so no muntu nari nominated na muko nyara go karazma tana ntuna bangina we are representing abangina na basai at least na to ko nyara go come up with something lakini no imagine kera the whole assembly umongino elected no yomo na nyara go convince the 44 elected men unatika to abantu aba nominated number of ekiti bako sokera. It can't happen, and that's like squeezing a stone to get water. Unenga kia Musa, ekara nkurusia wana Israel kuru Misri, which cannot happen. And also have a to change our perspective that a woman cannot lead. I think women are part of the most best leaders we have. For one, Omongina, she's a good manager in the kitchen. She's the best manager. No mwana ni biashara. Nila sito kanu mungini itaku ati any focus ya development ya future. Nila nyoro mungini ule goigo yuta nyara kende gionsi. But I believe women are the best managers in anything they are given. Igotu arengu kuanja 2022 abangina baswa year next year. Tonya la abangina abajumbe. Oma tone kama musajaro mujumbe gali mungini tiki nyara kumuikera. And then there is also another thing. Challenge your politics because we've asked them about challenges. Ekero montari in leadership. Ndobe sokobeka abantu wena na bubali bato surrounded baba chi stumbling block chaba na inchi goto ikera agalia. Kero monto nare pengine ne PA kuigwe very important. Tata geti monto kawaida go ikere. Kera naro mate na inche daraja.
No lazima betra sale.
Baitere ese PA je. Wane PA yaba ne stumbling block yumwana inchi uchokuwa na no murai. Let the doors be open. Kana vera toka nenga EPA pengine toka watani emergency. Wata gete na talibasa wata gete pengine kuruso murai. You need advice. All how you can go through the problem you wata. Lakini kwa nyana bantu bari ba musarande tigalia. Chize chance wata no murai tayo, murai no mukutanale. We murai ndi agochotoka. Na ini sometimes abantu tokubeka mugo to nchoka naga igana ini to give us a break. Kwara vera samo wati umurayi kwana nabantu baya. So we are going through a lot of challenges and abantu enga yabono. Abantu tiwanja koserwa. That is why we have bad leadership. Caring in the leadership njena kosera irero mambi okonge kirogo kelia. Chiwa stiane nguji gotemono nyare kire.
Ochira ni chirewa.
Through all means. So kwa nyaranga abantu mbali gokore rugasi we don't have service delivery. Asinge njai gwatitenga kosera uyonda gachanka mosera bono kwanyora no borai buri mwachora te mwachora ta sinjo mwaitu chibesa mugachorana so mwachora through merit mwachora ta sinja besa ya ta magoko abera tatu ya gukira but for how long shall you go on suffering asinge njo una kosera te mia yeso kwa for 5 years then echinto dibo pai etonti bopaia so goteba so gotumia akili ana nangorizo out etonti bopaia nki wa achiviri gali
kenenke
kogocha bisiane onye kinde elected leader chibasari bakona na through discrimination body ya yokana na chibasari discrimination gusie yana na korra yani the way things are being done they just done in black and white whereby no questioning because I can question kwa bikiro black book. So to wazo kumanya mono. Ukumanya mono bona yaturi monto muya. So how do we bring out the true leadership? Irita yoga sera, irita ya nepotism, irita ya clanism. Tunyara kona bantu bonse gatina no mugusi. Lelo lyo menyeta gusio lyo chete kurwe county ngao nene na agonyara gokonyeka. I've been in Central, that's where I was brought up. My umjumbo na lenkoro ku Francis Waitito oyo munyo oyo Sirajuzi from Cancer. So that man na kontega CDF yaye. Musa detaling ku discriminate. Iga mate jino mugusi and I fight for the KISII there. Na ngomati to ko mugusi ne basari oto kusamba obisiye. Ata no mugusi tika kareta fujo abagusinga ibale babekera iniga igabaye gwe basari. And the least amount of mojumbo yo kiambu alenge kwa na Juja constituency in 10,000. Usiga mwana kareta moka guna 5,000. ebasari yekanyene igegosinya gusi county abantu central tena mbura neroro kagusinto kwatona nebitacho can't we harvest that water unabarai abe kuchitangi aba gusibeto nambara bari usebitacho esebitacho yani imagine ebitacho ekana linka sagana gasini nali ngocha magukoro ntuma machine suguri nango gandege tacho right now I'm 52 bade bitacho biri na ibirororo can't we elevate the life of aba gusiba minto if we could get good leadership tutakwata mangana yoko sera na mangana chipati epati ne train yoko kuikia so destination
bari kuri ile monto nkiaranya ale gukora
dikere murayo na ki murayo na kwate vision chole vision yeria tago chora no kwe nyomba yaito una tigane nyomba yaito yana kugamba choro murayo ri kwate ekerengeri kia mambia andi wono bo ke nyomba wono bo to itagusi centro na bako gando mugusi choso ruororo gose county ende kabirende na bako choru erae lakini mugusi tago chora kabirende tago chora muswati nyomire siko ogocha kubuli buraisobo andi maji pengine na kolire yoko iba akili ya watu bali tete kobera nidiga atano kwanza dia ongai ayenga yonyomire ndoko nyara gochora kyaro ukumuki bintu bitu gusiokobe and then to make the matter was bachora wana bamura bali baba basaje bali bayibwirire busiga iga ande ba ko bakora magenderero into bula bagusige to embrace abanyaruka baito rigade seso kanyomire gocha irani abo bongo buli bwa kyaro twakwirite school irani abo bongo bwa uga igo nyara gotokonya na rotokorire gasi umwana munyaruka nyo mwandonzi nyoko bona iga yote na mamu mino bona iga akesimina beni gakinjara naraire utuko butori korara you think about your home nyo mamu mina nyoraka ala sukari anyoraka bosi na ndio inyora pengine kanyamire go Masai mate lakini uko nyora say no so mogusika to embrace our girls regardless esibaz nyamire gucha kya nabo gwikaganya ndiko nyora na ubugima bwagari bwakongire kwera na say no be recognized hakuna mtoto wa tumbo na wa mgongo. That's what I say, and that's what Kikuyus also say. Mwana tali bwenda no go mgongo once na abana kwa bugore tumungi na guchubosio anda bangina na bange tore by the way KISII county teso tanango jenjitore from obo gabana igoro paka ansalia tokoka bangina lakini wana bangina tuangaine abangina tikatuanchana abangina tobe libo elimo
wana maiga mna kwa berire county koru 2017 mpaka bonega mbuya kiboli bonora atebana ki nonya chi challenge chirororo obuyage temborororo
tutebona obuya boli bororo njina nyara bano batebe sibono iga umato musaro uri akero matino ko nyaro musaro kintu uri kwikira abantu skalia abubuya mbuya as me Joyce nimbwate kintu metemeyane kyati niko nyara gosoka andezo ni ngutaka gosoka jisikali yokonyo umuntu pengine muki musara roko gande stiloni watu kana wana igore galia tubati any extra coin na nyata na ki wona sanitary na kingokora lakini achagite project yoko rosti sanitary towels but naende ngachikote ma koliki proposal ngate una affirmative ndo matengo maneto na intubu na tura bashimwa kisako ganda obusyo moshimwa na wakongana na affirmative elia and honestly ngalike proposal to the office area affirmative chire I think it was thrown into the dustbin get not even the feedback ngarata nane sample ko ngasabana sample yaba muswati yorenko no musongo twango kolega sinere kamote byanye sample ya the reusable sanitary towel ndigete pa ji machine wala kati na affirmative yana ko ngoti kuri kaje no moshimo alende inde nyale ko konyo na banyaruka ne the child bearing age but I was really disappointed. And me what I could only tell my fellow leaders, let us not work on the perspective of parties. I cannot also into leadership. All of us are leaders, regardless of the party which brought you to the house. Tiato colleagues ODM, Jubilee, PDP, KNC, chipati choose pito chamo because you want to deliver services. Eke keloto kana ene ugodie mujene Jubilee kana ngo likonye ne egento na chako saba tokonga because ye party yane are we delivering services we can't and that's why roche mogusi tole maiga kya dana akuita dio party yana tiganga muntu we party yana kwanya na chi sub county chine chi develop tikane chi party area chine chirense
esa nchiri
party area the ruling party at the moment wana kwanya ranga distribution ya development tili iko asenare binte biroro asenare binde bitayo na endo na intu na baraibalia ba MCA ntubate ntu boke nyomba una nyomba itenga gere tikura goti nkorosi getacho kuchialia tembe kire tikura tingo nyana korosi transformer estimate tego takuchialia
neyo etakwendete bono morai
tekwenereti do fair distribution because ekarabe serie go cha development tiri go cha ne nyomba gete na ra gete kura ego cha ne ward gete kusine constituency gete. So let us be fair as leaders. Abantu bari baito neza kana mbagwanjeti bande mbagwanjeti takwa kwanza yande solo tagwakerete kura nali akoro mubuya hata ro chavana na kumwakere kura kyando chono murayolenge but when you wekera utari ko mama gendera na ntamo chora tambia next time munko make to the short amurusiri because tari murayimuya because you have partiality. So in leadership enyege ntunjinda go kerega one assembly at least nanyali kulana a lot of issues
chili kwa amanyekanire
na amanyekanire chishu chilitali go korubuya je nkondo machire because for one je una Joyce Ombasa I'm a born again Christian. I'm very much in the church iko jito nya go tana kongorore ngokana kende yonse. You cannot bribe me, you cannot buy my dignity, you cannot buy my faith nkolege ntokirigeta kironge. So Jojo is second daughter now una so and so has gone to bed with so and so because corruption area go korwa. Jojo is I stand on my own with my God and with my thinking and with my principle. Na manyanga venio nyakwara ta chirifu chikomi kwanga njingetie kure elie gochikonyanya so mwananchi njono njiko tinko dela we mwananchi afadhali mota namba iteti lakini my conscience is clear. Na motena ba MCA ba KISII county na aba okore bintu birita bwenereti esenje sankora yana na mona kukwana because tinda akora kebe my conscience is clean but about kinukwana but God in heaven knows the truth. So nete to chara bara ibali batabwati tamu omura yoro mutaka kuruna moya nyongo to kwati nankenda kuri kamegalia igakweba wata nene ngakiane kuragira Nekirenga kiyo kuragera and you were sent from the village to come represent people. So ono muraiga go chati amenyenga ochire ku represent abantu. So again to kerega alinje ono at least nyine title. And even I don't love the title. Because if at all you call me honorable and I'm not delivering services, me I don't see anything good in this leadership. The title umateko ganda so na no mheshimiwa. What good have I done to make me niheshimiwe? You know that title inamaanisha mtu wa kuheshimika. What have you done to merit it? What have I done to people even if I was not elected? Na nyande konyore kiti koruga ya nyande konya na mwana gali kijiji. Nimbota a lot of knowledge. Maybe ntombire nkoro sigagu una chikapeti ichi. We need to impact knowledge. Aba don't want to wait for white collar jobs. Have I been given even anything apart from my salary in Konyora? Nimbota anything. Abasasa ngo gware what development. Njebuno mongina ngingo sokero chisaba ngina bande. Nothing. Iko ndegali nalo bise no ranya ngo chomboli na advice yoka. Unless you nyore se street karanse se ligena.
Itobwati no
Obisi mbwati. Unless una ba chaka court office operation wale tu achaka tuairu tumati cheki sato naliwo naitu achibono njenga kombo bisisiko eso na nyaro go chonyore imegali in the assembly office nchira lakini bali baire I think they are around 10 bali baire megali we don't know which criteria they used bakaba office. So we have a lot of challenges kana mudabure ki nominire ndo kurwa secretary nde ngaito ko manyora. But as nominees, we represent the whole county. Go to the nominee as secretary tagete. The nominee and don't see a conyo more than you go target a conyo. So don't have partiality. Yeah, there's nominee and they don't see body with a nominee. Whatever you put up because we represent special interest in the whole county. Don't tell you word. abasata no baire ward kera bali elected no bachi ward nene kigote baka ward development intu bagatweba nduntu bwati kera twarote twamabera na nyasaye nduntu irikende kyo kwanya kende gyonsi. So that's why challenge go teranga. Is there really any reason you have special interest to bwata gali which is special interest itabwati kende gyonsi itabwati budget yende yonsi yako kora kende gyonsi mwana chikurusika nyako matenda tubwati budget yende yonsi
ta kumanya yo
na ta kuta ku understand out of for one you are honorable member. That's why nyanga taba megalia jetimo tigene zina nyana ko kokera na ne taite igere stress because na tumena na event nya lokola ne chai una jina nomini. What is una people have been calling me tana gaki moshimo tokonya taito guigura na kamutumba njaga koni njiruka monyene
to kunyara
kingo nyara yani umato nyomato onye ndimbo atenege no de una ki na babe na affirmative kwa hilo pengine eso mwaka no wata na ntogenda chinyinge 500 na ku identify some projects because umuntu binachikwana na lejo gukora chi project no ku identify bataki abangina mutago chamo abasaye mutago chamo we need even table banking in KISII ejine che mukiri abantu enyomba na gati from table banking Isiko yo nibona yango ya 10 million tinyenyereza sonje assembly na jitenji kimbwate bintu byane because assembly cause yantaka ili so I have nothing from the assembly kina nyalo tabanga na bongo akachiko vina ma honorable member onye kindo honorable ondo honorable korbuone my husband's money yeah
bi mono mongina Joyce bono oina romugano o Joyce wesabali yae una kinire gocha negasi ya kunyara ko bakagokora teturenda asomo tumoko omoke nkwira na turi elinda totebinga kirata li obisi kirata li gali ase assembly inkia gocho nyara ko bakagokora